Alrighty then, today is making it home because it's going to be in the 30s, which for a southern chick, that's hella cold. I'm sorry, but I lived in Iowa for 9 months, and at one time it was 20 below for 10 days. And I realized I am not a northern kind of girl. So I don't even apologize for that. I require warm temperatures. But to keep my house warm today, I'm going to make Mexican rice and enchiladas. Now, these are Tex-Mex enchiladas, not authentic, okay? But my rice is a true Mexican rice, and it'll be fabulous. So I need 4 cups of chicken broth. So I'm almost at 4 cups, and what I did was use some of my ice cube trays of chicken broth when I had some left over, couldn't run a full canner. So I'm just here to remind you, ooh, cheers, well, there we go. This is my home canned chicken, and to remind you that the liquid in this is chicken broth. So don't forget to use that. So because I don't need it in my enchiladas, this is what I'm doing. And hopefully I'll get a full 2 cups. But remember, when you raw pack your chicken, oh yeah, nailed it, beautiful. When you can raw pack your chicken, it makes its own broth, and that is chicken broth. Oops, easy peasy. Alrighty then, back to putting together our enchiladas. And remember, I've already opened these because, bonk, we use the chicken broth out of it. So let me get these in here. So let's smash up our home canned chicken. Now this is each jar of your pint jars holds over 1 pound of chicken. This happens to be chicken breast, which is our favorite, and that made a lot of chicken broth also. So this is what I'm going to season this with. It's got cumin, garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, about a 1/4 teaspoon of each. And I'm also going to add cheese in here because, well, it's cheese and it's enchiladas. Wash your hands super good. I'll get this incorporated and I'll come back when I slide in the cheese. Oh yeah. We are also going to add some sour cream. I told you it was Tex-Mex enchiladas, not authentic enchiladas. So we like some sour cream in it, so we put some sour cream in it. We are the boss of what goes in this bowl. Oh, yes, we are. So we're going to incorporate our sour cream to our Tex-Mex enchiladas, and they are so good. And I am in an ingredient canner generally, and this is why I start with a very clean countertop, so when I toss things out of the bowl, I can put them back in, okay? Because this is chicken I got on sale from what? May of 2022. So it matters. I forget what the hell I was going to say, but that's what happens when you talk to yourself in your own darn kitchen. Let me tell you, cooking ain't hard, canning ain't hard, but it's a whole different animal when you are trying to talk to yourself or the camera, same difference. And remember what you were saying. Oh, I'm like an ingredient canner, so I do not like to put any spices in my jars unless I am making a meal in a jar, because a lot of spices, a lot of herbs become a very different or super enhanced flavor in the canning process. So I could have opened this non-seasoned chicken and I could have made this chicken salad, chicken and broccoli casserole, because I had not pre-committed its flavors to it. So I prefer ingredient canning, because maybe I'd make a list and think, oh, I'm gonna make chicken enchiladas. But then the day comes to make it with my 2 pints, and I say to myself, no, I don't wanna do that. I'm gonna make chicken and broccoli casserole. And these would be completely different spices. So that's what I do, why I do what I do. If you like to season your canned chicken, knock yourself out. Like I said, you're the boss of this bowl, okay? What goes on in this is all up to you. So I'm gonna put a handful. This is cheddar cheese. Oops, flick some cheddar cheese off. This is why I have to sweep after I cook every time. I could have used a bigger bowl, you think, but I didn't. So let's get the rest of our sour cream out. You buy this stuff by weight, so I'm gonna get it all. But I got clean hands, so ain't nothing bad happening here. Fear not. Let me get this mixed in and I shall return. So people always ask, how do I use, or I don't use much of my home canned stuff. This is what we've used just today. The 2 pints of chicken, one of my chicken stocks in a pint jar, and then I got another pint by defrosting some of my chicken broth that I didn't have enough to make another canner run. So I poured what was left into ice cubes. And for my ice cube trays, 9 of the ice cubes equals a cup of chicken broth. And we also used the broth that was in the raw packed chicken breast that we used. It made a lot of liquid and let me make a full 4 cups so that I could put that in my Mexican red rice. Tex-Mex Mexican red rice, but it's still gonna be good, oh yeah. So let's fill one of our flour tortillas, and this is flour tortilla, not corn. If you like corn, use corn. But if you're gonna do corn, you need to run that tortilla through some grease in a skillet just for like 4 or 5 seconds on each side so that it won't disintegrate in this. Oh, that is way too much. And I do not know how many we're gonna make, so I haven't chosen my baking dish yet. So I just roll it up here, roll it on the side, and turn my corner in. And that will be one that goes into my bacon dish with enchilada sauce that we're going to make, and enchilada sauce, cheese, and some black olives on the top of sliced. It ain't hard. It's enchiladas Tex-Mex. So we got for a 10 wrapped in tortillas. If you have trouble making a flour tortilla pliable, you can put it in your microwave for 10 or to 13 seconds, and it may make it easier for you to roll. But this is how I do mine. So this looks like I ought to be able to use a 9 by 13. I'm gonna butter that up also just to make sure they don't stick. Alrighty then, we're gonna make our enchilada sauce. And do not come for me, okay? I told you, it's Tex-Mex. Don't tell me about your Mexican grandma turning over in her grave. I ain't nothing but a mouse that cooks, okay? And this is how we like it, and this is how we make it. And we're using all of our own home canned chicken and chicken broth to do this. And this is a wonderful home food storage meal. You do you, I do me. I'm also a Cajun, okay? So we do our own thing, right? Do our own thing. Tex-Mex enchiladas. Nobody said it was authentic and I was Mexican. No, we did not. Simmer down. Simmer down. We're starting out with a little roux. That was maybe 3 tablespoons of butter. Not margarine, okay? Butter. We're gonna put, some flour in here, whisk it around. It ain't hard. We got some seasonings to put in. You'll be fine. It's a little bit of racket. You make noise in your kitchen when you cook. Mine's just happened to be next to my camera's microphone. So I'm gonna burn that little flour taste off. So not hard. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. Now we're gonna stir, stir, stir. I'm gonna be adding cumin, chili powder, garlic powder and onion powder to this. So not hard. Here's my little spices. Chuck them right in there. Get them hot in that little room. Nothing is difficult. And can you burn this? Absolutely. Don't do that. Now we're just going to add our chicken broth. And it makes noise. You'll be fine. Oh, oh, oh. I love the smell of cumin and chili powder. Oh, yeah. Scrape them off the side. And this is mega hot. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest in. Some of our own home canned stuff. And you can enchilada sauce. I don't, because it's so easy to make a fast one. Y'all know I love my jars, okay? My little holy vessels. Let this thicken up. So not hard. So some of this will go on the bottom of our 9x13. Then we'll place our tortillas in it with our home canned chicken, spices, sour cream, and cheese. And then we'll pour the rest of this on there. And our yellow rice is, our Mexican red rice is ready. And it is very good, very fluffy. You can make anything that you want and experiment in your own kitchen. It's your kitchen. And you are, of course, going to want to taste this. I'm going to turn my heat down from molten lava setting to between low and medium. And let's taste it and let's let it thicken up. It ain't hard. Let's begin to assemble it. I've got some sauce in the bottom. Getting our little chicken enchiladas from our own home canned chicken and chicken broth. We'll squeeze them in there. And we'll add cheese on the top after we put the rest of the enchilada sauce on here. These are very pliable, so I kind of squish them. Show do. And remember that chicken is cooked. All right, let's get our sauce. I'm going to cook these at 375. Keep in mind, the chicken is already cooked. We also sprinkle black olives sliced on this. You ain't got to do that. That's too weird for you, don't. And when we serve it onto our plate, we add some shredded lettuce. Hang on one moment, please. I want to make sure I don't get a hard tortilla. I'm going to submerge a little bit of that. Make sure it's on the side. Smash it around. Ho, ho, ho. Now I'm starving. Now that it's almost done. I've gotten downright hungry. Make sure that's in there. Oh yeah, okay. Let's sprinkle some cheese on with our super clean hands. None of this is hard. You can buy the jars of enchilada sauce if you want. They even make them in cans. The jars are better in my opinion. To have something always at the ready, you can do that. Make your own dishes your own. It's just cheese. Okay, oops, I made a mess. Shocker. All right, look how cute. Okay, 375, about 25 minutes. I'm gonna start out with it covered in aluminum foil, aluminium. But wait, we need to add our black olives. There's black olives from a can I sliced. Something you ought to always have on your shelves if you love them. And we love them. But again, you don't got to. It's just what we do. All right, let me cover it with aluminum and get it in that 375 oven. All right, and to keep my cheese from sticking, if my foil lays down or they puff up, I spray a little Pam on the other side. So I'm gonna do 20 minutes covered, then I'm gonna take it off and do about 10 minutes uncovered. Easy peasy. Oh, it is ready and it is beautiful. Oh, yes it is. So let's get one out. Oh, and get our happy on. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, that is gorgeous. I am feeling it. Oh, yes. I have sliced this one in half so some of the molten lava steam and heat can leave. And that is my red Mexican rice up there that we really enjoy. I'm gonna let this cool and then we're gonna dig in. So we put a little bit of lettuce with ours. It's great to wiggle around in that sauce. And let's see if this has cooled enough that we can try it without burning the top of our mouth. I think we can. But I know that Mexican red rice be hecka hot. Oh yeah. So I had to go get a little more sauce because you know, I can and it's freaking delicious. Good golly. You can put sour cream on this if you want. Do your own thing. It's your meal. Tex-Mex enchiladas from my own food storage items. The chicken, the broth, frozen cheese, all good in my Marshmouse hood.